class. Welcome for today's session of science of 7th class. How are you all, beta? I hope you all are fine. Let's start our topic acid, base and salt of 5th chapter. We have done properties, we have done indicators. Now we are doing the uses. We have studied about many type of acids, many type of bases. Now we are going to study their uses, beta. Now HCl is hydrochloric acid. So it is used in manufacturing of chemicals, tanning of leather, dyeing. That means the dyes which are coming in the market are the mixture of HCl is present over here. Whatever the dyes our mothers used to put on our hairs, it is containing HCl quantity in it. So you can think now how dyes are harmful. So ask your mother not to use the colors. Now aqua regia. We have discussed in the last topic that what is aqua regia. It is used for the cleaning of jewelries of gold and silver. So again it is having the HCl content in it. Next is the removal of deposit salts inside the boilers. In the many factories used to take the boilers and these boilers get rust over there and many dust in it. So what will happen? They put on the HCl in it and it was cleaned because it has the substance of corrosion. It burns everything. Whatever the rusting is there, whatever the salts are over there, it will plain washed off. Next is HNO3. HNO3 is nitric acid. Nitric acid is used in the manufacturing of fertilizers. What are fertilizers? Fertilizers are used in the field for the better growth of plants and crops. So these fertilizers, many fertilizers, artificial fertilizers are containing nitric acid in it. That means they are harmful at one sense because you know that HNO3 is a strong acid. So again aqua regia we have discussed in the last lecture. Extraction of metals. What do you mean by extraction? This word, what do you mean by extraction? Extraction means if you are taking out the solution or you have to prepare, we have done an activity of China rose. If you keep on boiling the China rose, what will happen? The liquid solution filtrate we will get. And if you keep on boiling the water with these petals, then what you will get? Extract will get. Extract of what? China rose extract. Now extraction of metals. Metals extract you can take out by using nitric acid. And the purification of previous metals means the old metals which we are getting can be purified by using nitric acid, that is HNO3. We have done with the use of this. Next is H2SO4. This is sulfuric acid. Automobiles, in the factories, plastics, preparing the plastics. Automobiles means the factories where the vehicles are made. There we are using sulfuric acid. Batteries, we are in the batteries, the acids are present in it. Plastic, that's why we asked, our parents asked, don't use plastic. Plastics are banned by the government. Don't eat the plastic wrappers, chips and kurkures and everything. Don't bring your food in the plastic containers. We have banned it now in our schools also. The reason is this, it contains sulfuric acid. If you put your food in the plastic, what will happen? They will react with the H2SO4 and H2SO4 is a very strong acid and it will harm your intestine. So plastics are banned. I think it is very much understood now. Plastics, textiles industries, even for preparing the cloths. H2SO4 is used. That's why our parents many times child used to put a cloth in its mouth. It will harm it, na? So don't put the cloth in your mouth because it contains sulfuric H2SO4. Okay. Paper also. Many students eat the paper. Don't eat the paper, beta. Don't eat the paper, we many times say. Why? Because again it contains sulfuric acid and it will harm your mouth, your tongue, your skin, everything. There is a very less level. Even you lick it with your finger and just to turn the pages, it also create harm to your tongue. Now be very alert after finding the uses of sulfuric acid. Don't use plastics. Don't put the cloths in your mouth. Don't eat papers. Don't lick the papers even. And in leather industries also. In leather industries also, for the cleaning of leathers, H2SO4 is used. Yes, beta. Next is base. I have drawn a chart type U on the board. We will do the uses of bases now. Now, NaOH is a base. And what are the uses? Used in manufacturing of soaps, paper. In soaps, we know that sodium is present. In paper also, base is used. Acids are also used, base are also used, beta. Rayons. Rayon is a type of cloth which is a mixture of cotton and these bases also. Textiles, of course, in preparing the cloths, we are using NaOH. Medicines, again medicines also sodium hydroxide is used, and in industrial chemicals. In the industries, we use this in many preparations. Okay. NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide. It is used in manufacturing of fertilizers. Fertilizers are used in the field for the better yield of the crops. So these are used for the preparation of fertilizers. Plastics, in the plastic also NH4OH is used. In dyes, of course, in many dyes, sodium hydroxide is also used, ammonium hydroxide is used. Ink removers. You have the fluids, they are banned in our schools that you should not use these ink removers because they contain ammonium hydroxide and it is very harmful for our skin. And window cleaners. Window cleaners are also contain this ammonium hydroxide. Whatever the dot or drop we are having, we can just spray it and just clean it. They contain this NH4OH as such, like choline. Use choline na beta, it have the quantity. After that, just take the bottle of choline, or you take the bottle of any washing ingredients. Just look after it. Its content you will see. Ammonium hydroxide is written. That means it contain base. And you can do the test also, a turmeric test you can do, that whether the substance contain acid or base. If it is a base, that means it contains ammonium hydroxide. Okay, then next is calcium hydroxide. Again, it is a base. It is used for whitewashing of buildings. For this whitewashing the buildings, you will say in a Hindi chuna. They are used, quicklime we can say. It is used for the building, for whitewashing the buildings, our houses also. So manufacturing of bleaching powder. Yes, this bleaching powder is same as the women's go for the beauty parlor and just they put the bleach on their faces. Same bleaching powder they are using. NaCOH whole twice bleaching powders having this calcium hydroxide. So don't suggest anyone to do this. Neutralization of acidity of salt. Now for the neutralization of acidity of the soil. Let's see, many fertilizers are having acid in their fertilizers, right? And when we put those fertilizers which contain acid, they will increase the acidity of the soil. If the soil has the large amount of acidity in it, it can harm the plants also. If you continuing putting those fertilizers containing acid, we need some base to reduce it. So we will use calcium hydroxide as a neutralization of acidity of soil. I think it is clear now. Yes, beta. We are doing now the properties. With this chart, I will explain you. You have to draw this chart in your notebook also. See, the first parameter is taste. In the acid, taste is sour. In the base, taste is bitter. In touch, non-soapy touch is having acids. In soapy touch, base are having. Effect on litmus paper, you will find out that acid will turns to red and base will turns red litmus paper to blue. Next is effect on yellow turmeric paper indicator. You can prepare a turmeric paper also and it will be clarified with the turmeric solution also. So, no effect will be shown in the case of acids, and in the case of base, turns yellow to red. The yellow stain will turns to red. Next, you will take phenolphthalein indicator. As you know, phenolphthalein is a colorless indicator. Now, while testing with the acid, no effect will be shown. And with the base, it will turns to pink. Now, in the case of China rose indicator, you can prepare a China rose filtrate and you can test it. Even you have done also, I know, many of you. It turns to magenta beta, then it turns to green in the case of base. Now, the last parameter is solubility in water. All acids are soluble in water, but some bases are soluble in water. As we all know, those bases which are soluble in water are called alkalis. So you can take the example of NaOH also. So we have done with all these charts, three charts I have drawn on the board with the uses of acid, with the uses of base, and these acid base properties with their parameters. You have to draw in your fair notebook and learn them. So take care all of you. Read it twice. Thank you. Have a nice day.